News 5 forecast first from the First Alert Storm Team.
Today was a classic crisp fall day. Bright skies, but look at those clouds to the west. We are starting to see a little bit of a change. We're going to go through the evening without any issue, but across Mississippi, Louisiana, rain is appearing, and that's the rain that comes in here late tonight into tomorrow. For the morning rush hour, and even before the rush hour starts, streets will be wet, and then all of us get wet. News 5 at 5 starts right now.
WKRG News 5 starts right now with breaking news.
We are getting our first look at one of the suspicious packages mailed to the homes and offices of several public figures, including former President Obama and former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Good evening, everyone. I'm Devin Walsh.
And I'm Roseanne Haven. A suspicious package also found at CNN's New York offices. This is a breaking story we've been following since first sending this push alert at noon. We've learned the packages were intercepted during routine mail screening procedures. This is a photo of the bomb that someone sent to former CIA director and CNN contributor John Brennan at CNN's New York studio. Police say the package also included an envelope containing white powder.
It appears that an individual or individuals sent out multiple similar packages.
Another bomb addressed to former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's Chappaqua, New York home discovered at a postal facility overnight.
We are fine thanks to the men and women of the Secret Service who intercepted the package addressed to us long before it made its way to our home.
Another caught before it could reach former President Barack Obama's Washington, D.C. home. The Florida office of former DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz also received a device after her return address was listed on an envelope that could not be delivered.
We are outside safely. All of our CNN colleagues that we know of are outside.
CNN anchors reported the story from the street. Others quickly evacuated the building.
Everybody was taking their time, coming down the elevators, coming down the escalators, no sense of panic.
The White House is condemning the incidents, saying those responsible will be brought to justice.
That acts or threats of political violence of any kind have no place in the United States of America.
The FBI is testing the devices, which consisted of pipes, wires, and black powder. CBS News reports the first suspicious package was sent to a home belonging to Democratic donor George Soros 2 days ago. Stay with News 5 and the CBS Evening News for continuing coverage of the investigation into these packages. The CBS Evening News with Jeff Glor begins right after this newscast.
We are also following breaking news near Louisville, Kentucky. At least 2 people are dead after a shooting at a Kroger grocery store in Jeffersontown. CBS News is reporting a man went into the store and opened fire, killing a man inside. He then went outside and shot and killed a woman in the parking lot. Right now, the suspect is in custody, but we still don't know why he did it.
And more breaking news, this time from Loxley. Fire damages 3 units at the Loxley Arms apartments. The fire started around 2:30 this afternoon. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
A Baldwin County school bus ended up in the intra-coastal waterway this morning, but it's not like it sounds or looks. News 5's Debbie Williams joins us live in Baldwin County. And Debbie, just want to be clear, nothing bad here, but this is just in case something bad could happen.
Exactly. I mean, just think about where we live. There's water everywhere. And when you think about in Baldwin County that 17,000 school kids travel 23,000 miles a day on school buses, well, what if one of those school buses ended up in the water? Frightening to even think about. A school bus underwater with kids on board.
This is something that we can't say will never happen, but I think being prepared will make us feel better.
Dive teams from Orange Beach, Saraland, and Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in Gulf Shores for a one-of-a-kind opportunity to answer the question, what if?
We've done a lot of things in Baton Rouge with our dive team, but we've never experienced something on this scale.
Even in a controlled environment, there is valuable information here for first responders.
We're interested to see how the school bus reacts in the water. how it goes down.
In zero visibility water, you can't see anything, so everything's based off of touch.
Divers spent hours in the water going in and out of the bus, learning what they could, and coming up with a whole new set of questions, all while hoping they will never have to use this training in the real world.
We have a lot of water around here. This is a possibility that this could happen at any day. There's tons of buses running the roads every day with lots of children on them, and we have to kind of be prepared for just about anything.
And they did learn a lot at this training exercise that it lasted all day there in the Intercoastal Waterway at Saunders Yacht Works. They hope to make this an annual event and invite even more departments. They say there is no training like this anywhere in the country, and they're making their own rules as they go. Live on the Baldwin County Beat, I'm Debbie Williams, WKRG News 5.
Well, if you're dreaming of a peaceful evening on the beach, today is your day as you take a live look at Orange Beach. Isn't that gorgeous? This time tomorrow, that could be a different story.
Chief Meteorologist Alan Seals joins us now, and now it looks like tomorrow is going to be rainy.
Tomorrow will be rainy. Here's the positive. We need some rain, so keep that in mind. But yes, rainy here, rainy at the beach, rainy for everybody. And that's going to mean a few thunderstorms also, so don't be too surprised. Texas, Louisiana, they've got the wet weather now. You'll notice some showers are mainly west of I-59 across southern Mississippi. But as you look to the west, here's what we find on our Alpha Sky Cam. There's the sun in the middle of the picture now. There's a little speck on the lens, but do you see those bright spots on either side of the sun? Those are your sun dogs, also known as parhelia, and it simply tells you those are cirrus clouds made of ice crystals, really high, and it's also a clue that things are changing, mainly because we didn't have clouds just about 3 or 4 hours ago. So these clouds are the leading edge of that moisture coming back in. We've got 78 degrees here at News 5 on our Alpha Sky Cam. Your dew point is up to 60, and through the evening, clouds gradually get a little thicker. After midnight, we'll begin to see light rain, and then before the sun comes up, some spots could see light to moderate rain, especially if you're across southern Mississippi or even in inland counties in southern Alabama. So look for temperatures to not move too far, but look for rain in the forecast. I'll give you the timing and the rain amounts coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Alan. Continuing coverage you can count on. We now know the name of the man killed in this hit and run on Interstate 10 this morning. The crash happened just after 4 a.m. past the Alabama-Florida state line. Alabama state troopers say 46-year-old Jody Thomas of Lapeer, Michigan, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the other car didn't stop. We're still working to learn a description of that car or the suspect. Meanwhile, a Mississippi man's in jail charged with another deadly crash on I-10, this one in Milton yesterday morning. 47-year-old David Owen Jr. faces charges of DUI manslaughter for this crash at the Avalon Boulevard exit. 36-year-old Shannon Rings of Biloxi later died at Sacred Heart Hospital. 2 other people were hurt.
A man charged in a deadly shooting that killed 1 person and injured 2 others will stay in jail at least through the weekend. Patrick Johnson made a brief court appearance in Mobile today. He is charged with murder in the shooting death of Justin Mooney on Raven Drive on Saturday. Today, Johnson's case was transferred to another judge, but no new bond was set. Another bond hearing is set for Monday. The state is requesting Johnson's bond be revoked. They say he was out on bond when the murder happened.
News 5 is your local election headquarters. Midterm elections are less than 2 weeks away. Today, Florida Senator Bill Nelson and Alabama Senator Doug Jones were in Pensacola to encourage people to vote. News 5's Brian Clerkley spoke with the 2 senators about their message to voters.
Senator Bill Nelson is running against current Governor Rick Scott, and today he spoke with a crowd of people here in Northwest Florida about why he should get their vote. Senators Bill Nelson and Doug Jones spoke to a room full of people at the Escambia Education Association building.
What a big difference between Rick Scott and me on issues like the environment, the red tide, the oil drilling out in the Gulf.
People who attended the event say it's great the Democratic candidate came to Escambia County, which residents say is largely conservative. One woman says it could take some extra work for Nelson to win the victory here in Escambia County.
It's going to be a push. You know, all you can do is go out there and knock on doors and talk to people and say, you know, look at the environment, look at the health care, and hopefully our friends on the other side may vote for him instead.
During the event, the crowd got excited when Senator Doug Jones spoke about his support for Nelson.
This guy has the people of Florida's back. Presidents can come and go, presidents do different things, but this guy is looking out for Florida. He's got Florida's back.
The midterm election is November 6th, and we will have complete coverage on that day. In Pensacola, I'm Bryant Clerkley, WKRG News 5.
Well, someone in South Carolina is very rich right now after having that winning ticket. The winning ticket was sold there for last night's record-breaking Mega Millions jackpot.
And the Floribama was packed last night with people on the Gulf Coast hoping to strike it rich. While people across the country hoped their prayers would be answered, in the end, there was one ticket matching the numbers sold at a gas station in Simpsonville, South Carolina. That store will get $50,000 for selling the winning ticket. Today, we heard from the store's owner.
Feels good. 50,000 is a lot of money for me, you know. Even if the dollar extra is good, so 50,000 is 50,000 times good. Yes.
Yes, it's good. And if you didn't win the Mega Millions, you have hope for the Powerball tonight. That jackpot now up to $620 million.
Well, coming up on News 5 at 5, major legislation to fight our country's growing opioid epidemic. How a bill from President Trump is hoping to bring billions for local treatment and recovery.
Plus, this will certainly get your attention, what this giant boat is doing in the heart of Pensacola. Just wait until you see who it belongs to.
And as we go to break, we are taking a live look at traffic on the interstate in Mobile. You're watching News 5, local coverage you can count on.